What's up, guys? Welcome to my channel. In this episode, we're going to call this Rob Takes a Tumble. If you have not yet, make sure you like and subscribe to this channel. Stay tuned. So I have a story for you guys today. Something that is hot and fresh off the press. Something that happened to me early this morning. So I've been getting through the flu for the past couple of days. It's been kicking my behind, but praise be to God, we're on the ends of it and it's on its way out. But last night, or early this morning rather, things really begin to shift for me. Now what I'm going to share with you, it's definitely a more vulnerable story. I still feel a little emotional with sharing it because I've been thinking about it all day long. Now, it might seem a little simple, but whatever the case. So around 2:30 in the morning, I could feel that I was starting to dehydrate. And I was dehydrating because earlier in the day, I was sweating like a bull. I had just gotten out of the tub, took a nice hot bath. All of the salt, all of the fluids are just flowing out of my body. Now, this is a good thing, but a bad thing, because I was sweating out the cold that was on top of the flu. The bad part was I did not take the time to rehydrate. Problem. So, about 2:30 in the morning, I could feel a little lightheaded. And I'm like, something's off. My stomach is full. I had to use the bathroom. And I'm like, this is happening again. Now, again, meaning it has happened before. So I have a small window of time before things really start to go dark. Historically, since I was a kid, when I get dehydrated, I start to feel weak. I start to feel like I'm going to pass out. I feel like. So this time, I'm able to get up out of the bed, drag myself upstairs, but I can feel I'm feeling dizzy. So I'm thinking I'll go in the fridge, get something to drink, get some orange juice, get a little salt, maybe a little bit of water, or what is it drink? Pedialyte, something to give me some electrolytes. As I open the refrigerator, the first thing I see is a gallon of iced tea. Now, this is not the best thing because there's a lot of sugar in it. But my mind was starting to fade on me. And I'm not thinking rational or logical, but I just go to grab it. And the last thing I remember was opening the refrigerator, grabbing this. And the next thing I remember was getting up off of the floor after falling down the stairs. I had passed out at the top of the stairs. It was a good flight. It was a good flight of stairs and fell all the way down the stairs. And my wife hears me, obviously, because there's a lot of racket happening. And she comes out and she's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "No, I think I passed out." Of course, she's startled. She's, frantic. It's 2:30 in the morning. We got kids, 2 little ones to be exact, 2 older ones and 2 little ones. And so I'm like, man, I can't believe I passed out. Now, it didn't stop there. I started thinking about that for the rest of the day. And it was a couple of questions that really started to prick in my spirit. And I think these questions might be something for you to think about as well. Because for me, one of my biggest fears as a father, as a husband, is leaving my family behind. Checking out in my 40s or 50s and your time ends because of something health-wise. I know a lot of people who've passed away from cancer, other diseases. They didn't make it. Some didn't make it to 40. And so I always have this feeling as though I'm on borrowed time. And have I done the best that I can with the time that I've had? It's something that I think about a lot. And so when things like this morning occur, it really slows me down again. And I start to think about that. And so a couple of questions that I think were important that I had asked myself, and maybe you ask yourself as well. Number one is, do you know your body? Do you know your body? Have you spent enough time taking time to learn your body, what you should and should not eat, the effects of it, how often you're going out for your physicals, the effects of certain things when you're not moving? Do you know your body? It's important that you know your body, especially as men. A lot of men, they struggle to go to the doctors until they have no other choice. So have you done that? Have you done your due diligence to get to know your body? That's number one. Number two, do you have support in place? Now, for me, the support came from my wife, who was at home with me, thank God, because one thing I thought about is, what if I had broken something? What if I fell down the stairs and broke my neck? That could have definitely happened. I'm not 120 pounds. All it took was one twist and snap, and it was over for me. Now, had I been alone, or what if she didn't wake up? What if I did not wake up and I was laying there? Now, this scenario, it happened before where I dehydrated. I was sick again that time, and I had to call emergency services at the time. And my little sister, she was close by. She came over, had some water, starts pouring the water on me, gets me to drink it, because I knew, I was like, oh, I'm about to pass out. And I did not want to be home by myself in the event that, I don't wake up. I'm older. There's a lot of folks who I know who have seizures, epilepsy. You don't know. Your blood pressure goes high. What happens then? There's some people who end up having a stroke from their blood pressure being off. Do you have a support system in play? The next thing is, are you open to asking for help when you need it? It's hard for a lot of men to just say, hey, I need some help. I'm struggling right here in this particular area, and I need some help. Are you open to that? If not, I want to encourage you to open up and ask for help. This last two are very important. This is one that I think about all the time. Have you made enough deposits? For me, I have two little children. Now I have a 20-year-old and I have a 6-month-old and a 3-year-old and a 15. And I'm always thinking about, have I made enough deposits? Now, obviously, for a 6-month-old, no, I haven't. But I don't have a whole lot of control over that when, things happen. But that does mean that I have to make the most of every single day, of every opportunity that I have. Am I taking advantage of that? Am I doing that? And if I'm not, I need to reevaluate that. Am I making enough deposits into my spouse? Are you spending your time fighting in conflict, not enjoying each other? Have you made enough deposits? And the last one is this. Number 5. If it all goes black, what's next for you? If it all goes black, things went black, and they didn't have to turn back to light. They didn't have to turn back. But am I right with God? At the end of the day, if it all goes black, am I am I waking up on the other side to the white, to the light? If you don't know the answer to that, I pray that you get to know that answer. That part I am sure of. If it goes black, ultimately God will take care of my family, and I know where I'm going. So I hope this is an encouragement to somebody. Wanted to share that with you. Again, like and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, peace.